My name is Ikechukwu Ugwu. I'm Chief Marketing Officer at Nine Payment Service Bank, one of Nigeria's foremost payment service bank and fintechs. I'm an Executive MBA student at the Rome Business School. One of the things that I love about the Rome Business School is the way that they've been able to understand the nuances that are faced by people in paid employment, and they've crafted, study frameworks that would help them succeed in their postgraduate studies. One of those things is their application of case studies to lectures, right? They've been able to understand at Rome Business School, the lecturers are very experienced, and when they lecture with case studies. And case studies are very important because it helps you understand the frameworks and the rules to apply when you come up with certain office scenarios. And that's what MBA is all about. Beyond, the academic learning and going through numerous slides, you learn so much when case studies across various organizations are discussed, and they do that very well at Rome Business School. There are sections of the class that has to do with the regular lectures, the presentation of the slides, but there are other sections within the class where students are allowed to discuss case studies amongst themselves, talk about their personal experiences, and in doing so, a lot of information is passed to other students who now take learnings from those case studies and apply it to their regular, 9-to-5 paid employment. The other thing I like about Rome Business School is that the lecturers are very supportive. Beyond the fact that they are experienced, they're also very supportive. You can call them up at any point in time and they are willing to give you a helping hand. In fact, some of the lecturers I have worked with, right, some of the lecturers that I have experienced have been very supportive beyond, class periods. I call them up every now and then when I have, things to discuss with them, and they've been very helpful. Another thing I find very interesting about Rome Business School, and I think this is very important, is they have found a way to space out their classes in such a way that it becomes convenient for people like myself who are in paid employment. I once, attempted to do an MBA with another institution, and eventually I had to drop out because I just couldn't cope with the rigors of attending class every Saturday and Sunday. It wasn't feasible, looking at, the kind of work that I do. And sometimes in those institutions, you had to attend classes in between weekdays. It made it very difficult, so I had to drop out. But with Rome Business School, it was very simple, very easy. You attend classes 2 weeks in a row, Saturdays and Sundays, and then you have a break where you have the opportunity to study the materials, and then you resume class, 2 weeks afterwards. It made it very easy for me and made it very convenient for me to be able to manage my 9-to-5 work and my study life. I think finally, the thing that I find very interesting about Rome Business School is their collaborative approach to learning. So they've been able to create a framework that allows collaboration in a typical class settings. So what that does is, they say iron sharpeneth iron, and collaborating within a class environment makes it easy for students to be able to piggy off each other's knowledge and help themselves improve. So you find out that for every class you hold in Rome Business School, there's always a section where you break out into different groups and you get to discuss ideas and then come back to present. I find that very interesting. There are things I've learned as a student of Rome Business School that wasn't necessarily learned from the lectures that were presented in class. I learned them from colleagues, from classmates in these collaborative sessions. So I find that very helpful and very interesting. I would recommend Rome Business School to everyone. I mean, if you are in paid employment and you want to do your postgraduate studies in a university that can, that is very organized and can also align with your own schedule as a corporate professional, I think Rome Business School is the school that you want to attend. If you need a school that is very structured and is very rigorous in their approach to learning, and when I say rigorous, I mean they are very in-depth in their delivery of courses, in their delivery of lectures, Rome Business School is the school that you want to attend, right? And of course, I mean, they have a very, very affordable price point in terms of the school fees. So all of the things that you require to make a decision on where to study, I think Rome Business School ticks all the boxes. So if you want to do your postgraduate studies, I recommend Rome Business School to you. Thank you very much.